What if your mind is lying to you right now? Not in some small or obvious way, but in a way that's quietly shaping your entire life without you even noticing it. Because if your thoughts are wrong, then some of the fears you trust the most might not be real at all. At this exact moment, your mind is telling you a story about who you are, about how other people see you, and about what your future is going to look like. And the strange part is that it doesn't feel like a story. It feels real. It feels accurate. It feels like truth. But what if it isn't? Think about the last time someone didn't reply to your message, not hours later, but in those first few minutes when you're still waiting. What actually happened inside your head? At first, probably nothing. But then a small thought appears. Maybe they're busy. And that could have been the end of it. But your mind doesn't stop there. It keeps going. Maybe I said something wrong. Maybe they're losing interest. Maybe I'm too much. And without anything changing in reality, everything starts to shift inside you. Your chest tightens, you check your phone again, and you replay the conversation over and over in your head. But here's what's strange. Nothing actually changed in the real world. The only thing that changed was the story. And that story felt real enough to change how you feel. This is where it becomes dangerous. Because your brain doesn't present these thoughts as possibilities. It presents them as facts. It doesn't say, this might be one interpretation. It says, this is what's happening. And the more emotional a thought feels, the more convincing it becomes. But what most people never realize is that you don't feel anxious, because something is actually wrong. You feel anxious because your brain believes something is wrong. And your brain isn't designed to show you reality as it is. It's designed to protect you. And sometimes, protection comes in the form of distortion. From your brain's perspective, it's safer to assume rejection than to risk being blindsided by it. It's safer to assume you're not good enough than to risk failing in front of others. It's safer to overanalyze everything than to miss a potential threat. So your mind starts filtering reality. Out of thousands of neutral signals around you, it selects the ones that match your fear. Someone looks away for a second, and your brain turns it into disinterest. A slightly different tone in a message suddenly feels like something is wrong. A pause in conversation becomes proof that you said something stupid. And everything else, all the neutral or positive signals, gets ignored. But it goes even deeper than that. Your brain doesn't just interpret reality. It starts shaping your behavior. And then your behavior begins shaping reality back. If you believe someone is losing interest, you become more cautious, more tense, less natural. You might overthink your messages, change how you respond, or either pull away completely, or push too hard. And those small changes affect how the other person responds to you, which then seems to confirm your original belief. Not because it was true in the beginning, but because you slowly made it true. This is how your mind lies to you without you ever realizing it. It doesn't create obvious illusions. It creates believable ones. Ones that fit your past experiences, your insecurities, and the identity you've built over time. And instead of questioning those thoughts, you start building your life around them. And over time, something even deeper happens. You stop seeing these thoughts as thoughts, and you start seeing them as who you are. I'm just an anxious person. I'm just bad at relationships. I'm just not confident. But what if those aren't fixed traits? What if they're just patterns your brain learned a long time ago and never updated? Because your mind doesn't care about what's true. It cares about what's consistent. It would rather be wrong and predictable than uncertain and vulnerable. So it keeps repeating the same stories, even when your life changes, even when new evidence appears, and even when those stories are quietly limiting everything you do.
I'm Oliver, and now you know why this happens. Or at least a part of it.